Dear students, I am LB Gangbar. Here I have a poem of class 12th from Flamingo book Keeping Quiet. This is the third poem written by Pablo Neruda. Students, in this video we will cover about the poet and about the poem, explanation as well as some typical word meaning and also the literary devices. So at very first, now let's know about the poet. Here Pablo Neruda was the pen name and later legal name of this famous Chilean poet, diplomat and politician. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. He wrote in green ink which was his personal symbol for desire and hope. His writings are simple, wherein lies their beauty. Originally written in Spanish, the essence of this poem is based on introspection and retrospection. The poet feels that some soul searching is needed for us to be at peace with ourselves and others. Now, let's know about the poem. The poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda discusses the need of maintaining peace and silence. He stresses upon being quiet and harmless to the human beings, animals, and environment. He suggests that in order to maintain peace and harmony, it is required to stop and introspect ourselves. Now, let's go to the poem. Here, the first stanza. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still for once on the face of the earth. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. The poem is written in free verse. It does not follow any rhyme scheme. Here, still means quiet and motionless. For once means for a trial. The poet asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind. The number 12 represents the hours of the day or the months of a year. He wants all of us to be calm and still. Hope people across the nations have to unite together. So they shall not speak their own languages. Rather, they all shall keep quiet and speak the language of silence. This will bring unity among all the humans on the face of the earth. For at least one moment, no one shall move his arms either to signal or to fight or argue with each other. So here the poet requests everyone to count till 12 in their own mind and to stop for a while. Maybe this 12 referred by the poet is the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in an year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down. The poet urges everyone not to speak any languages. As we all know that there are different languages spoken in different parts of the earth which sometimes become a barrier in our way for peace. So he asked people not to speak. Not only this, he also wants us to stop moving our arms by using the word arms. He means the weapons which are used by different countries to raise a bar against each other. So basically, the poet is demanding peace from all of us. Now, see some literary devices as they are used in the stanza. So at very first here, the assonance. Assonance, the use of vowel sound, O and E sound in this line, as the sound O and E are used. Here now we will count to 12, not move our arms so much. In this line, many times O and E, the sounds are used. So we can say here, the literary device is assonance. One more literary device is there, that is anaphora. Anaphora means here the two consecutive lines starting with the word save. So here the words let's. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second. Both the line begins with the same word, that is let's. So we can say here that is anaphora. And the one more literary device, that is alliteration. It is very simple. It is called the repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words. So here we will the same sound, the same letter W is repeated. Now let's go to the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment without us, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here, exotic means unusual or stranger. Rush means haste. When everything will come to a stand still. It will be a rare situation. No one will be in a rush. There will be no engines running. Everyone will be calm and quiet, united with each other in strange atmosphere. It will be strange because it has never happened earlier. No person would be harming any other living being either for food or to earn his livelihood. All the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. So the poet says that it would be a rare situation when there will be no engines working. Here he wants to state that if everything comes to stand still, it will be a very different moment. If all the engines like the vehicles and machines stop, then there will be a sudden strange situation as the world will experience a sudden calmness. People will not be in a rush to achieve material things one after another. Further, the poet says that the fisherman will also stop and not harm whales in the sea. This means that the poet is urging everyone not to harm the animals. Here he gives the example of whales which are being hunted for the purpose of food or trade. He also wants people to calm down so that they can stop and see what they have achieved or lost. For this, he gives the example of the man who gathers salt, whose hands are hurt. Here he wants everyone to stop for a while in order to see and feel their achievements and how much they have lost for the sake of attaining such materialistic things. Now see the literary devices. Alliteration, already it is explained that here also the W sound is repeated in the word we would. Sudden strangeness in this word S sound is repeated and his heart hands. Here H sound is repeated. So I think you have understood about alliteration. That is very simple. Now let's go to the next stanza. Here the stanza third. Those who prepare green wars Wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Here, victory means conquest, and survivor means here those who are left alive. Inactivity means here idleness, and no truck with means here no dealing. The people who exploit the green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, and the soldiers who use weapons to kill fellow human beings need some time to introspect into the consequences of their actions. They are merely doing their job or following orders. He wants them to put on new clothes, that is, to adopt a new approach towards life and to realize that killing so many people is not a victory. He wants all of us to be united as one. He is promoting brotherhood, peace, and unity. He does not want us to stop our works, but to take some time and analyze the results of our deeds. So, here the poet asks everyone to stop those activities which are damaging the environment. Today, all the human beings are making money by damaging the environment with their activities such as mining, deforestation, letting the chemical waste into rivers, etc. The poet asks us not to do so. He also requests people not to involve in wars as there is no benefit of achieving such victory in which no one is left alive. He says, so, because wars and environmental damage will lead to no life on earth. Rather, he wants people to adopt a new approach towards life and mankind. He says that you should treat your enemy like brothers and promote peace and harmony in the world. Now, see the literary devices. They are used in the stanza. Third, alliteration already is explained. So here wars with W sound is repeated and clean clause in the word clean clause C sound is repeated. Assonance already explained, use of vowel. So here victory with no survivors would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers. In the line O sound is repeated. Repetition, use of war. Now let's go to the next stanza, that is fourth stanza. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Here, entrapped means break, and threatening means endangering. If we were not so single minded. Here, all human beings work endlessly with the aim of completing all their tasks. They are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. So, they are in a mad rush to accomplish all their works. He says that perhaps if they pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievements and their lives would become happier. He suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of our life. Now the poet wants to clarify to his readers that when he asks them to stop from saying or doing anything, he doesn't want anyone to become a non active person. Non active is a person who remains idle and doesn't do anything. Here, he simply means that we should stop and see the consequences of our deeds. The poet doesn't want to see people being killed due to their greed for money and expansion of territories. Further, he says that people are continuously working to achieve their tasks without even thinking about their results. They are in fear of death and therefore want to achieve most of the things before their death. Here he urges them to stop for a while and take some moment to realize on what they have achieved till now. Everyone here is a living life in which he wants to achieve various things one after another. But now the poet said, it is the time to stop and see what has been achieved and should be enjoyed. This will help us escape the sadness which has become so prominent in our lives. The sadness of not enjoying what we have achieved and the greed to achieve what next is in the list to be achieved. Now let's know about literary devices used in the stage. Alliteration. In every stanza I think alliteration is there. So we were so single in the both words here. W sound and S sound is repeated. Enjambment, and for once could perhaps a huge silence of threatening ourselves with the death. Here the enjambment device is used. Now let's go the last stanza, that is fifth stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. The poet suggests us to take a teaching from nature. As the earth undergoes changes, in winter everything freezes, becomes lifeless, but after some time, the seasons changes again and everything comes back to life. Similarly, taking a pause and introspecting into our lives will give it a new meaning. We will be able to understand the purpose of our life. It will be like a rebirth of the soul. The poet has conveyed to all the people the purpose of his message, and so he asked them once again to take a pause, count till 12, and walks out of the scene, keeping the scene open for all the people on the earth to experience this for times to come. So, now the poet suggests to all of us, to all the human beings, that we should learn a lesson from our earth, from our nature. During the winters, everything freezes and becomes lifeless. But when season changes and it's the onset of spring season, everything present in the nature, such as the trees, birds, rivers, etc., gets life. So here, the poet, by giving the example of nature, wants to say that all the human beings should stop and try to judge their deeds. They can try and make their life better with calmness. Finally, he ends up by saying that now he will count up to 12 so that we all may become quiet. Here, quiet means to calm down ourselves and move towards the path of peace and harmony. After saying this, he says, I will go. He says, so as he has conveyed his message to the people and wants them to be left alone to think about it and work in the direction of peace. Now, the poem comes to an end. Hope you have understood properly. Thank you.